Hi, my name is Tanya Costa. I am the Acting Director for the Division of Early Childhood and Family Engagement at the New Jersey Department of Education. I'm here to welcome you to our three-part video series that accompanies the Preschool Classroom Teaching Guidelines. These videos were designed to bring the guidelines to life for everyday use for the classroom teacher. The Department of Education vision for preschool in New Jersey is an atmosphere that is academically challenging and supportive of young learners. Meeting them where they are, giving them the opportunity for growth and creativity. We want well-rounded, successful, healthy children, and that comes from a really good environment that is explicitly designed for young children.
This video is the first in a three-part series based on the New Jersey Preschool Classroom Teaching Guidelines. In Part 1, you'll see how teachers set up the classroom environment to support children's learning. As we look at the environment, we'll explore room arrangement, interest centers and play centers, and displays. To support children's learning, teachers plan for schedule, routines, and how to use time effectively. Teachers also plan for health and well-being.
Wash your hands several times a day. Wash your hands, wash the germs away. Okay, rinse off.
And classroom management and rules.
Okay, friends, Kaylee is already doing the carpet rules, right?
Yeah!
Who's ready?
Me.
What does it say? It has ears listening. Let me see everyone's ears.
And finally, we'll see how the environment supports building a classroom community.
Turn to your neighbor and shake their hands this morning.
Let's begin with room arrangement.
Environments provide places for children to wander, to explore, to feel safe, and to learn.
When teachers think about arranging the environment, they make use of all space in the classroom, placing furniture to create clear pathways, ensuring there is sufficient space for blocks and dramatic play, and arranging centers so that the quiet areas are apart from the noisier ones. Well-defined centers have materials appropriate for the focus of the center, space to play, and suitable storage.
It's also important in the dramatic play or house area, the art area, the block area to have light materials. And then in doing that, giving the children the gift of time, having that long period of center time so that the children have the time to truly engage with the materials and therefore have the opportunity to learn new concepts and new ideas.
Ring, 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 ring. Who have the phone? Ring, 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 ring. Hi, is it a restaurant?
Yeah.
Can I place an order for delivery?
Yeah.
Yes?
They have a pizza, they have a chicken.
5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, oh my, it's getting late.
To go.
I try to make the classroom warm and welcoming for the students so that they can feel safe and comfortable and ready to learn. They spend their entire day with us. It's like a second home.
I like to use a lot of visuals, a lot of pictures, and that will help the children that maybe don't understand the words. They're just seeing as words as maybe not meaningful at the moment. So they'll see the pictures.
You put it away and look for the matching picture.
I use clear bins so the students can see what's inside the bins. By putting labels on the container and on the shelves, I'm integrating children's learning. They're matching and sorting, which is math. They're recognizing the word, the picture, and the object, which is literacy. They're learning about self-control by putting things back where they belong.
When the classroom is organized and labeled, there's a certain sense of security in knowing where to locate things. Students know I'm going to the art area, there's a location in the room that's labeled, and I know what materials I need to use and exactly where I can find them.
Lulu, you are using the scissor. Yeah, open, close. You see, open, close, open, close, open, close.
The teacher has to set up the environment so that the children feel comfortable and free to explore the materials. The magnet tiles are something that the kids feel free to take out They know that they can build on the floor or they can build on the table.
Wow. Wow.
The great thing about magnet tiles is that they're open-ended and the children can use them in any way they see fit.
An interest center is set up with a main focus, for example, a block area. The area is set up with different types of blocks so that the children are going there to build structures and to create. The accessories that we add are there to enhance the children's play.
Maybe one more right there. Here's another big hollow block. Do you want to use that one? What could we use that for?
When we first introduced the block area at the beginning of the year, we wanted the children to see how open-ended it was, how much they could do with different shapes and size blocks. We took pictures so that way they could see all the different creations they could come up with and that problem solving that's involved in building.
Okay, you see these 3 pieces? 1, 2, 3. You make sure you put your paper in between the 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then press hard. Are you ready? Let's see if it worked. You did it. Look, you punched holes in it. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to take ownership of the classroom and the things that are going on. I have different materials in each area. In my writing area, I have a small desk, 2 chairs, white paper, colored paper, rulers, calculators, a hole puncher, crayons, scissors, a dry erase board with dry erase markers. I want to show them different tools that you could use and that what they're doing is important. There is purpose to their play. So what's your plan?
Put tape.
To put tape in it? Okay.
I don't know how to cut it.
That was a great way to do it.
In the house area, the menus serve different purposes, not only to include language, but to include diversity in our classroom. Children are familiar with some of the foods that their friends like, their teachers like, and also learn about new foods. The menus also have numbers.
How much I have to pay?
$1.
$1?
We pretend that we're going to pay for it. We're going to look to see how much money it costs. Can you write down my order? Tell me when you're ready. I want to promote writing. So when I called them on the phone to place my order, I encouraged the child to write it down.
I display children's artwork in the classroom, but that's the way for the parents to get an idea of what children are doing. I use fabric on the walls. It brightens up the classroom and adds depth behind children's artwork.
When I first hang up their work, they get so excited. Displaying it low gives them the opportunity to say, oh, I remember doing that. And we have conversations.
Although I use orange.
You're going to use orange now? I wonder what's going to happen to this color.
I'm ready then.
Are you finished painting?
Yeah.
You're going to wash your hands?
Teachers think about children's health and well-being and ways to utilize time effectively when planning for schedules and routines.
What comes after breakfast time?
Greeting time.
Greeting time. Justin, can you change it to greeting time?
Intentional teachers really think about time spans and durations so that the flow of the day moves along. Children are active learners. They learn through involvement with teachers, with materials, and with their peers. That's why choice time is a large block of time. While it's true that 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds can sit for a half an hour or 40 minutes, they shouldn't, because it takes away too much time from the way that children learn.
As a teacher, there is a lot to balance. We're trying to keep in mind lessons, objectives, standards, and everything that we need to do to get through the day.
I see some letters, I see some lines. I see a little curved circle and a line down.
Sometimes it is about the lesson, and you really have everybody's attention, and you can focus in on an objective. And then there are times when you have a child who's having a rough morning or who's looking for attention. They just want a hug or a gentle touch on the shoulder or a kind word. And sometimes intentions and the best laid out lesson may not go that way because what's happening right in front of you is taking preference.
We talk about how we're going to set up the outside play space, planning to incorporate different gross motor movement activities outside in the stations. The children will help us to set up. We always have an obstacle course where children can hop and run, jump, and crawl. We have another station to throw with a beanbag or ball.
You made bubbles now, you can rinse it. Rinse them clean. You have some on your wrist. There you go.
We encourage independent self-help skills, self-care skills, while also supporting their healthy skills.
It's on, get some soap. Can you roll up your sleeves? All right, you got this.
If you have a xylophone, you could put your xylophone away and go get your things. My xylophone.
To set the stage for engaged, meaningful learning, teachers use a variety of strategies for classroom management that include involving children in establishing classroom rules.
We're doing the carpet rules. Are you sitting crisscrossed? Eyes up here? Are your hands on your lap? And now, quiet mouth.
Classroom management doesn't magically appear. You have to work very hard at it. And without it, learning would be very difficult. You have to calm yourself because they read it and they copy.
Use your words.
I'm getting this.
Okay, wait, hold on, ready? When you're finished playing with the baby, do you think we could share him with Eric? No? Why not?
Because I was using it first.
Okay, but when you're finished, can we share it? Okay, so why don't we tell your friend? Turn to your friend and say, Eric, I can share her with you when I'm finished. Does that work for you? Okay.
You take opportunities when they arise to help students learn conflict resolution so that they can understand and express their feelings. And this helps them not to overreact when something occurs. And we try to help them and learn about each other, how to work together, how to be respectful, how to give each other space when they need space, and then work together.
Having rules and expectations in the classroom are really important because children need to know what is expected of them and what are acceptable behaviors when it comes to treating other people. We start every year talking about, on a daily basis, how we treat each other. We are gentle, we are kind, and we keep our hands on our own bodies. We don't use our hands for hurting, we use our hands for helping. And it's not just a one-time, let's sit down and read a poster sort of rule. It's an all-day long rule where we remind them and they remind each other until it really becomes a part of how our room is run. We have 3 rules. We should listen when others speak, be respectful of one another, and keep our hands to ourselves. They're very basic. They're the rules of life, honestly.
Children develop in a variety of ways across multiple domains. How they see themselves reflected in the classroom through representations of their family and their own language and culture is extremely important. Their sense of belonging to a close classroom community greatly contributes to their self-concept and success as learners.
So I have high expectations for my students, and I model for them, and I explain what I'm expecting from them. I talk to them about community. I have the helper chart. Everybody has a job. Everybody had to do something to support the classroom.
Who picked their class helpers? Justin is going to turn the lights on and off.
Relationships in pre-K are the essence of education. Young children that are starting a school experience need to have the most positive, nurturing, welcoming environments to be able to thrive academically, socially, emotionally, to take risks in their learning and be comfortable.
Tell me, how many people in your family?
5.
5? Who's in your family? Who do you live with?
Andrew.
Andrew?
And Kimberly.
And
His sister's name is Kimberly, like you.
Young children need to identify, to feel part of something. When you go in the classroom, you see representations of families. Also food, clothing, and language. Our culture is a part of ourselves that we bring into our world.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. How do you say that in Spanish? Because I have a lot of friends that need a little translation, so who can help them out? I'm going to, Grace. Wait, say that louder.
Vamos a contar.
Vamos a contar. Okay? That means we are going to count. Ms. Rana, can you translate for my friend Tanisha?
I like to take pictures of the children working in the different areas, real photographs of the children. It builds a sense of warmth and comfort, a sense of belonging to the classroom.
I want my students to feel that this classroom is their classroom, that they own it, that they feel at home, that they're in control.
Very good.
Between my para and I, one very important key ingredient is teamwork. It's very important to be in sync with your co-worker because the children feed off of your relationship.
I want to make sure that everyone in the room knows that they're a valued member of this classroom community. Every single one, and that they're respected, and that this class can't operate without everybody's cooperation. That in order to have a good day and be able to grow and learn, then we all have to be in it together.
For more information about best practices in preschool classrooms, search online for the New Jersey Preschool Classroom Teaching Guidelines, a comprehensive document outlining how effective teachers support and enhance children's learning in high-quality preschool classrooms.